You know, we hear all the time, you got to have a work-life balance. You can't just be all business and no play, and you can't just be all play and no business. And here's the thing, I believe that saying is a myth. I believe it's this aspiration that we all chase after, and that we really, really hope that we can achieve one day, a perfect balance of business and life, personal and financial. We all search after that balance. But here's the thing, I believe that it's just never going to be a balance. What I do believe is that there is a work-life rhythm that I want to talk to you about today. But before we get into that, what's up guys? My name is Cameron Lovelace. I'm a mental health therapist and a business burnout coach, helping entrepreneurs like you reduce stress and have more energy and brain power so you can continue to grow and scale your business. And the reason we're talking about this today is because a lot of people struggle with work-life balance in general, but you especially struggle with it if you are a solopreneur or a small business owner. And so today I really want to unpack what it really looks like to have a successful work-life balance. But first we have to address the thing. Like I said in the intro, there is no such thing as work-life balance. I believe it's a work-life rhythm. And what I mean by rhythm is in your business, whether you are a first year, third year, 5 year, 10 year, whatever, every season, every year of your business is going to have a different flow and a different rhythm where you're prioritizing different things at different times. So I want you to step back and look at your business and think about, what season am I in right now in my business? Now, I'm not talking about specifically, I'm not talking about fall, spring, winter. I'm not talking about that specifically. I'm talking about, depending on the nature of your business, is this a time where I'm going to be increasing my profits? Is this a time where I'm going to be growing and maybe expanding the business? Or is this a time where I need to be holding on to my money because this is going to be a dry spout? So for example, if you are in sales and we're entering into October, November, December, you are about to enter the busiest month of the year because that is when people shop the most between these last 3 months. So chances are the 3 months before October, you should be preparing. You should be maybe not selling as much. You're going to keep selling, but you're really getting ready to roll out a new product, or you're going to roll out some type of sales promotion for Black Friday and for Christmas. So depending on the nature, again, of your business, you want to identify and know, okay, in this 90-day, in this 120-day period, what do I need to focus on in this period of business? And once you identify that, then we can get into what we're going to talk about next, which is the pillars that sustain you through the rhythm. The first pillar and the most important pillar is your health. And specifically, I'm talking about getting enough sleep, eating enough for energy, making sure you're moving enough, and making sure your overall health is in a good place. Because here's the thing, if your health goes down, your business is kaput, especially if you're a small business owner and solopreneur and you don't have an executive team, followed by a management team, followed by a whole bunch of employees. If you ain't got that structure in place, you go down, your business is gonna go down with it. So you have to make sure you're doing the things that to maintain your health, not just your physical health, but your mental health and your emotional health as well. This looks like making sure that you are eating, you're not eating a whole bunch of junk food, you're not compromising on eating, fast food every night in between. You're not compromising on only getting 5 hours of sleep for a whole month. You are making sure that you're taking your vitamins, your supplements, you're making sure you're eating right, you're making sure you're going to the gym, you want to make sure you're going to your therapy session, you want to make sure that you're meditating, you want to make sure you're doing your gratitude, you want to make sure you're doing your guided visualizations, you want to make sure you're doing everything that you can to make sure that your physical and mental brain health is in good shape, right? But here's the thing, based on the season that you're in, maybe you can't work out 7 days a week, maybe you can't work out 5 days a week, but you can make sure that you get a workout in 2 to 3 times a week based on whatever it is. And it might look like one season you got a group class and you're going and you're working out in the evenings and you got this group setting going on, but because the season has shifted, now you got to switch to morning workouts, and it's got to be a 30-minute hit session instead of a full hour-long group cardio class. Or maybe instead of getting 8 hours every single night, maybe 4 days a week you get 6.5, 7, and then you play catch up on the weekends. Or you're working so hard, so you need to make sure that your energy levels are up. So you make sure you re-up on your energy vitamins and your energy supplements to make sure that you are fully energized to power through the busy, long days. So identifying what level of attention that you need to place in your health pillar. The next level, of course, is your business activity. Specifically knowing, like, do I need to grow the business? Do I need to generate income? Do I need to restructure my systems and processes? Or do I need to expand? Do I need to hire? And what does the daily activity look like in those businesses? So for example, if you're about to focus on the media leg of your company because you're about to roll out a course, so what you're gonna have to do is, not only are you going to set aside time maybe on a non-busy sales day where you can record the content, but you also got to make sure that you're setting aside time to figure out the modules, to figure out the concepts, and roll out the short form, the long form content, rolling out a 90-day, rollout period. You know what I'm saying? Like really sitting down and figuring out, okay, what does this look like? And you're using a lot of brain power in this media seasons, right? But then there's a time where you have to use a lot of physical energy. Like you got to physically like move stuff. You got to go here. You got to travel here. You got to connect with people. You got to talk to people. You maybe have to deliver speeches. Maybe you got to do, again, depending on the nature of your business, knowing what level of intensity of your business is pulling from you, whether it's physically or mentally, you're having to think through something. But recognizing, okay, in this season, I got to really focus right here on my mental through my business. On this sum, I really got to focus on organizing my systems. So recognizing what level of intensity in your business is going to be very crucial, which leads me to the final level of the business rhythm, and that is your personal life. Now, everything that is in the personal life is not connected to anything financial. Honestly, probably it's going to cost you money to invest in this thing, but it's going to reward you, it's going to fulfill you, and it's going to energize that inner spirit of yourself. So this is where spending time with family, this is where maybe going on vacation, this is where going on date nights, this is where spending time with your kids, this is where doing a whole movie marathon with your best friends, your wife, your partner, doing those type of things that really excite you and energize you, and you really look forward to it because it really just invigorates your spirit. So let's say you're an older parent and you have a child who is looking to go to college. Well, guess what that means? That means you got to take them on the tours. So that means you probably got to get in your car and you got to drive to these tours. You got to set aside a whole day, not only to travel to the campus, but also tour the campus, meet the professors, do all the things, right? And then once you come back, you got to look at, okay, what is their SAT and SAT that they require? How much money do they need? You get what I'm saying? Like that season will look differently than it will when your kids are much, much younger and they got, volleyball tournaments, golf tournaments, they got the choir, they got arts activities, they got all the things. These seasons look completely different and they require different things from you. So what we have to do, we have to pick which pillar requires the most attention right now. So when it comes to figuring out, okay, what area should I be focusing in right now in this season? What I want to encourage you to do is to rank these three in the order in that particular season. So right now, when you're seeing this video, whatever time of year it is, I want you to break it down to about a 90-day, and if you want to extend it, really about a 120, but really try to stick to 90 days. And I want you to say, okay, what is most important right now? How is my health? How is the nature of my business? And how is the status of my personal life? What is going on in all three of these areas? And what needs the priority right now in this particular 90 days? So for these 3 months, what do I need to focus on? Do I need to focus on going to the doctor, getting a physical, making a lifestyle change in my diet, in my habits, in my sleep, in my exercise, in everything? Do I need to prioritize that before I go full throttle on the business? Because if I go full throttle on the business and don't take care of the health, I'm going to lose the business and I'm going to lose out on time with my personal, relationships with my family and activities that I really want to do. On another hand, it's the summertime. My kids are out. I'm out of school. A lot of people are outside. It's hot girl summer. So I'm going to prioritize the health because that's what's going to make me happy, even though I'm not going to be making as much money, but this is what's going to make me happen for just this 90 days, not the entire year, but just this 90 days. And then another time is we getting the bag. We getting after it. That's when the business is going to take over. For this 90 days, we trying to make as much money as possible. That's going to set us up so that we can really be outside for the next 90 days. So here's the thing. You got to look at the whole year. After setting your goals for the year, after setting your expectations for the year, after setting your targets for the things that you really want to do in your life and in your business, you want to look at the whole year and really think about it. Okay, what is the nature of my business? What is the ebb and flow of this season? What's the ebb and flow of this season? What's the ebb and flow of the last 2 seasons? And in each season, what is the priority for my health, for my business, and my personal life? That is how you have a balance of rhythm. So that way you don't crash and burn, so you don't get unsatisfied, so you don't get tired out, so you don't get whatever. And here's the thing, in that 90-day period, you might have to make an adjustment. You might have to say after the first month, hey, this ain't working. Month 1, I crashed, I burned. This ain't working. I gotta flip some of these around. Like this week, I'm gonna focus on this. This week, it ain't good, big dog. So you get what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that you have the whole plan. Don't be afraid to make the adjustments, because it's about rhythm. We don't make anything set in stone, because nothing is set in stone in entrepreneurship. One thing can happen and your industry can completely change forever in one day. So you want to make sure that you're able to adjust on the fly and be able to adapt to anything that you can be, because it's all about a rhythm and it's all about a flow. So you want to make sure that you have the best flow by prioritizing these pillars. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Comment the pillar that you're going to be focused on for the next 90 days so that you can have a good rhythm and flow in your life and in your business. If you like videos like this, consider subscribing. But until next time, peace.